record first. All right. So like I said, I'm going to do my oil for sacred frankincense. So grab what oil you want. I chose frankincense because we're doing a safety talk. And frankincense is like the coconut oil of all essential oils. So it's like there's over 10,000 uses for frankincense. So there's no safer oil than frankincense, that's for sure. Okay, so thanks for coming out today. Let's go ahead and get started. This is a hot topic lately because there's been some propaganda put on the internet about how essential oils are harmful. So I did want to create a presentation to kind of bring it to light and give you the truth. Okay, so for those of you that don't know me, I am Tiffany Roberts, the Oily Doc. I have a master's in nutrition, certified functional medicine practitioner, working on my PhD, and I hold several certifications in aromatherapy, including aromatic phytochemistry. My husband and I have a holistic clinic in Prairie Village, Kansas called Back to Nature Lifestyle Medicine, and we do implement the essential oils to some of our treatments as well and have had great success with that. I am a mom of a beautiful 4-year-old daughter. She just turned 4 on Monday. A stepmom of 3 other awesome kiddos and 2 fur babies. Currently working on trying to write some books, and hopefully one of my goals is to have that published by December. And a huge goal of mine is to educate as many people about a chemical-free lifestyle as possible because that greatly reduces diseases. So, aromatherapy has grown tremendously over the years and continues to grow every day. With that growth comes the ethical responsibility to understand the safety of essential oils as well as the safety as using aromatherapy in general. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I do suggest getting this awesome textbook. These 2 gentlemen are experts in the safety of essential oils. There are several different resources that you can look for. This is one that I have in my arsenal, so I do highly recommend it. They also have a online education series about the safety in oils as well. Dr. Robert Tesserand, I think that's how you say his name, and Rodney Young. So these are going to tell you just the basics of the essential oil safety. Before we start, it's important to understand the difference in quality, and I will be stressing that throughout this whole entire talk today. So let's talk about that. There's different grades of essential oils. Grade A is this therapeutic grade. This is made with organic plants, no pesticides, no herbicides, no GMOs, and they are distilled at low temperatures and harvested at the correct time. It's a specific science on how these things are specifically done. Just to let you know, grade A is all of Young Living. Grade B is food grade, but it can contain synthetic pesticides, chemical extenders, carriers, and much more. And they are not distilled at the proper temperatures. Grade C is perfume grade, and this is about 80 to 95% alcohol solvents. This is most of the time what you find in your grocery stores, your Whole Foods and things like that. If you open the bottle up and you smell alcohol, you know it's not great. Grade D is the floral water. This is the waste products of the grade A. Young Living is grade A only. If a batch does not meet the quality that Gary Young wants or expects, he throws the entire batch away. What you get in the bottle is the purest in highest quality possible. It is a painstaking and time-consuming process to make these oils right at the chemical constituents that they need to be for therapeutic grade. Young Living is the only company that has a seed to seal promise. And that means from the farm directly into the bottle. There's nothing in the bottle other than that plant. There's nothing in this bottle other than frankincense. That's all it is. So keep that in mind when you're looking for your essential oils. So why do companies sell oils more cheaply? Well, simply put, to save money. They're cutting corners. If you spray a crop with a pesticide, you have more crop to distill because the bugs are not eating the plants. If you use a solvent to distract that oil, you pull more oil out. If you dilute it with a cheaper oil, you stretch that oil that you've just distilled. So oils are sold more cheaply because companies cut corners. So many people that I have spoken to cannot wrap that around their head in the concept that oils are not made equally. And my response to that is, not all food is made equally either. If you go to the store and you buy grain-fed, irrigated rib meat, it's not the same as grass-fed beef, and you're going to pay a little bit more for that grass-fed beef. It's the same with essential oils. You want to make sure that you trust the company that you're working with, and that's why I only trust Young Living. I've tried other companies. We've tested out other companies, and I just don't trust the other companies because, quite honestly, Gary Young's been in this business more than 20 years. And he owns his own farms, and he makes sure that the land that he grows his crops on has never, ever, ever been adulterated or touched by chemicals in its life. There's no other small companies that can do that. Okay, so let's talk about the different ways to use oils. The most popular would be inhalation, and it's the oldest and probably the safest way. Until you're really familiar with how to use your oils, I always say to just sniff the bottle. This goes straight to your limbic system in the brain, which controls areas such as your emotions. Your nose has no blood-brain barrier. What you smell goes directly to your brain and is instantly circulated throughout the body. Inhaling can be done in many different ways. Let's talk about that. The first most popular way is diffusing. And you can purchase a diffuser by putting in, and also put in some water with a few drops of the essential oil, and it goes straight into the air, and it's very effective. Another way that you could do it is steam inhalation. You can create a steaming bowl of water and a towel. Put several drops of oil in the steaming water and place the towel over your head and keep it to keep the steam in. And inhale the steam and the essential oil. You can also make aromatic sprays. Creating room sprays is an easy way to freshen and clean your room and get a boost of your essential oil. Another way to use it is topically. This is applying the oils to the skin and is another great way to use the oils. This is what I use. You want to make sure you know how to use the oil and what you're trying to accomplish before you're applying it. Certain oils can be hot or stimulating to the skin. So if you're new to this process, always dilute your oils with a carrier oil before applying to your skin. And carrier oils are oils such as coconut oil, olive oil, jojoba oil, things like that. They are a fatty oil that helps slow the process of absorption into the skin. You will get all the benefits of the essential oil. It'll just take a little longer for it to absorb into the skin. Another way is ingestion. There are oils that are rated GRAS, and that's GRAS. It's generally regarded as safe to ingest. You can make capsules and drink tea, flavor your food, or take a drop directly into your mouth. When ingesting, always take it slowly, and we're going to go into some recommendations here. You can look up online and find the generally regarded as safe oils from the FDA. If you are in doubt, Young Living does have a specific line, a specific label. It's a white label that is labeled generally safe for consumption. So gentle oils such as frankincense and lemon can be put directly into the mouth to get straight into the bloodstream, but use caution because it can cause irritation to the esophagus if you're not used to that oil or you use it too much. So like I say, always go slow. More aggressive oils such as oregano should always be diluted with a carrier oil. When you're using a capsule, put the carrier oil inside the capsule first and then the essential oil. That way the essential oil doesn't start dissolving the capsule right away. When you're putting it in your drinking water, start with 1 drop. For instance, like if you want to put lemon in your water, just put 1 drop. An easier way to get it to dissolve into the water is putting a little bit of honey with it, and this acts as an emulsifier, and you can stir it into your water and it goes throughout the whole water, so you're not just getting 1 full drop of lemon right away. You can also cook with your oils, but again, use 1 to 2 drops because they are extremely powerful and a little goes a very long way. When in doubt, use a patch test, okay? And this is applying 1 or 2 drops of the essential oil on your forearm, and you just watch it for about 1 or 2 hours. Usually, if you're going to have some kind of reaction, you'll have a reaction between 5 and 10 minutes. But if you experience something like this, like maybe a little rash or something, just put some V6 carrier oil or coconut oil on top of it, and it will definitely dilute it for you. Again, if you have discomfort or irritation occurs, just use a carrier oil to the area and it will soothe it and stretch it out a little bit. And before you use that oil again, just make sure that you use dilution process by using the coconut oil before you apply it to your skin. If you do have a rash, it could be a detoxification. So drink lots of water to encourage the release of the removal of the body toxins. This could also be a result of your environment. So if you're using petrochemical-based soaps or skincare products, detergents, or perfumes, this can trigger a detox reaction because the oil is going in and trying to detox the body from all of those chemicals. So my suggestion is to become chemical free in your home, and these reactions greatly reduce. Okay, so essential oils can be very beneficial for your pets. I personally use essential oils on my pets almost every day. There's a huge controversy or a conspiracy that the oils are dangerous, so let's go into this a little bit. Pets and children are more sensitive to things than adults are. So when you diffuse or apply oils, they need to be the purest form, or they contain any kind of synthetic carriers at all. This can cause an extreme toxic issue in animals. Again, quality. Many of the times the reports that you hear about oils hurting pets is because they are not Young Living quality. Many veterinarians use Young Living in their practice for the animals that come in. And because Young Living is triple tested with scientific equipment to ensure the purity of that oil. So your animals are getting toxic effects, it's because you don't have the purest quality oils. Young Living does have a specific line for animals. It's the Animal Sense. When in doubt, always use the animal line. Keep in mind that pets are a fraction of our size, so a little goes a long way. And these oils are diluted. The Animal Scents are diluted, so you can apply it to the skin of your animal without any harm. Dr. Melissa Shelton is a vet that uses essential oils in her practice with exceptional results. I highly recommend that you look into this book if you have pets or you want deeper information about this. However, she uses many oils on animals and says that the controversy out today about pets being harmed by essential oils is absurd. And again, she stipulates that if you are not using high quality oils, that's the case. You're going to have issues. So let's talk a little bit about the pet safety. Cats lack an enzyme in the liver that is important for metabolism of many things. This makes cats susceptible to all kinds of toxicity, including certain plants, NSAIDs, chocolate, caffeine, lead, zinc, and many pesticides. So the oils to avoid using topically or internally for cats will be ones that are high in phenols or ketones. And those are oils such as basil, birch, cinnamon, clove, fennel, melaleuca, nutmeg, oregano, peppermint, thyme, rosemary, spearmint, and wintergreen. They can also be sensitive to oils of the citrus family, such as bergamot, dill, grapefruit, lemon, lime, orange, and tangerine. So cats are finicky, but it's because they don't have that liver to break down certain things. So diffusing should be okay around the cat. You might just not use it for a long period of time. But these oils right here, you do not want to put on internally or topically to your cat. So my dogs use essential oils all the time. I have a 14-year-old Cocker Spaniel, and the oils are what are keeping her feeling young and helping keep her health issues at bay. There are a lot of controversial stories going around lately about essential oils harming dogs. This again is simply not true if you are using the pure oils with no synthetic toxins in them. Some oils you may want to avoid using topically. They're oils such as birch, camphor, and wintergreen. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be toxic for dogs. It just might be a little too strong for them. Keep in mind, when you apply oils to your dog, if it's not the Animal Sense, you do want to dilute it with a carrier oil. Again, with dogs and kids, they're sensitive skin. And also keep in mind that if your dog, the dog will let you know if it wants the oil, okay? Simply put a drop of the oil on your hand and let them smell it. If they come to you, then you know they want the oil. If they go to the other room, then you know that oil is not for them. So trust them. They know. They have a great sixth sense, and they're going to let you know whether or not that oil agrees with them. All right, kid safety. It's our job as parents and caregivers to make sure that our children are safe. Essential oils are a huge part of our daily living for all of our children. Again, children are more sensitive to oils, and it takes far less for the kids than it does for adults. And again, if you are unsure of how to start the oils for your kids, Young Living has a kids line of complete oils, kid scents. And they also have items such as toothpaste and shampoo and conditioner and even bath soap. So check that out if you are wanting to start using oils for your kids. So essential oils are fantastic for children. We use oils every single day. Aria gets just as excited about our shipment when it comes in from Young Living as I do. So let's talk about the do's and don'ts for children and oils. Again, I cannot stress enough about the purity in oils. Young Living is the only brand that I will ever trust for my children. If you purchase cheap oils from another company, you are forfeiting your very reason of why you're using those oils. You are wanting to use the oils for health and wellness, and by purchasing oils that are cheap, you're introducing chemical solvents, extenders, and improper distillation to your children, and this is dangerous. Aria grew up with essential oils. However, there are a few guidelines that you want to follow. For children newborn to 6 months, you want only to use the oils in a diffuser or highly, highly dilute with a carrier oil. And I mean like 1 drop per ounce of carrier. They're very sensitive skin, and their skin will absorb the oils quickly. So keep in mind that they are a fraction of our size, and a little goes a very long way. Don't apply oils to the skin of the babies that are younger than 6 months old. You can, however, place it on their feet. Again, you want to make sure it's diluted. By applying it to their feet, it will allow them to absorb and travel through the body where it's needed. Never use oils internally for children of this age, okay? Excuse me. Keep away from their nose and their face. Babies touch their face a lot, and this can cause the oils to spread into their eyes, their nose, or their mouth. And when you have issues where a baby is not feeling the best, I use oils by just rubbing my finger on the side of the oil bottle and then placing it on their shirt. It's not even a full drop. It's just a little bit on their shirt. And this will give them a consistent release of the oil, but it's not touching their skin. So here is a dilution ratio. Basically, it's all about dilution. So just be sure that you use the right ratio on your children, and they will grow up healthy and happy with essential oils. I'll include this on the video replay as well. So if your baby is experiencing any discomfort in any of these areas, here's a great chart to apply the oils and massage into your baby's feet, and it works like wonders. So pregnancy and oils. There is another controversy about oils and pregnancy. There has not been any studies done on oils and the aborting process. And generally, oils are very safe. Again, listen to yourself. But let's look a little deeper into this and what oils to try to avoid during pregnancy. Here is a great book for those that are pregnant or know someone that might become pregnant. This is the safety oils and how to use them. And it's a really great read, and it goes even more in depth than what we can go for today. So for me personally, I used oils when I felt like it, but use caution with yourself. If you are in doubt, then use a different oil. There are some oils that you might want to avoid, like clary sage, because it can be a hormone disruptor, or not disruptor. It changes the estrogen levels, so you want to stay away from clary sage. Idaho tansy, hyssop, fennel, and wintergreen. Although when you have the baby, fennel will actually be great to use to help increase breast milk. So we can probably come up with a whole presentation of just pregnancy oils. So I will start working on developing that as well. So that was kind of a nutshell, kind of a touch and go. We can go further into this discussion, and I will try to create a part 2 of this essential oil safety class, going further into children and pregnancy. I wanted to remind you that next Thursday at 7 o'clock, we're going to go into all of the Ningxia Red products, with all the great antioxidant possibilities. So I wanted to thank you tonight or this morning for coming out. And do we have any questions before we leave?